Tag the pitcher with a pitch clock violation. That's an automatic ball.
The pitcher must begin his motion before the pitch timer runs out. We're looking for a little more urgency out there.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike one.
That's a ball.
Next offering is fouled back. And he hits a ground ball right side. Gets it to first. One out in the top of the first. Let's take a look at the Guardians lineup for opening day. Chris, I'm sure they'd like to build off of their 2024 season.
Yeah, that's for sure, Boog. 92 wins for the second time in 3 years. A trip to the ALCS. But the only number Cleveland fans care about is 76, which is how many years it's been since they won it all back in 1948. Who knows? They got a great skipper at the helm. Maybe this is the year.
Edgar Martinez.
0-1.
Now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. Late that time, and it's strike two.
Good late. Sink on that fastball. Out of the hand looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Gassed it right by him. 2 down, bases empty. Luis Gonzalez now at the plate. That's inside. Ball one. Two outs, bases empty. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
1-2.
Battling here as he fouls it away.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swing and a miss at the splitter, and it's a strikeout. We head to the bottom of the first. No score. Back here at Kauffman Stadium, and getting to start, Luis Castillo.
Well, last year kind of around the league average in terms of ERA, and you know what? That's why you have 5 different spots in the starting rotation.
Here's a drive out to right center. Way back there. Look out. Gone. He sends it out of here. And just like that, they're out front. It's 1-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at-bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. When a guy's got a real hard fastball, you can't overswing. All you've got to do is get the bat head to the spot. If you do, he supplies the power, and you'll get to jog around the bases like he did right there.
And to the plate for Kansas City, Derek Jeter. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Here's Mike Trout. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Now at the plate, Chipper Jones. That one ripped. And it hits the base of the wall. One run across. Throw comes in quickly as the lead runner at third gets the stop sign. So digging in, Mark McGwire. Golden opportunity right here. Hard ground ball for a base knock. One runs in. Runner stops at third, and they're at the corners with nobody out.
They are really feeding off each other. That's 5 hits in a row. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Line to left, and that's down, a base hit. Throw into third. Pulls him to third safely. A run comes in on the play.
Comes through with the RBI. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Number 9 in the box now. Takes strike 1. 2 in scoring position. Nobody out here on opening day. Liner, and this could be trouble. 1 runs in. Now a second crosses the plate, and it's now a 6-run lead. A 2-run double.
Picks himself up a couple of ribbies. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, and jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Here comes the skipper. So Cleveland brings on a new reliever, Dauri Moreta.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way.
Swing and a ball hammered left field, and this one looks like trouble. They extend their lead as the runner scores from second.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Left field. And puts the squeeze on that one. And there's one down. Chris, here's the opening day lineup for Kansas City. 2024 was a big step forward for this franchise.
Yeah, their first season over 500 since they won the World Series back in 2015. Knocked off the Orioles in the wild card round and then fell to the eventual AL champion Yankees in the division series. We'll see if they can take that next step this year.
Makes the grab. Runner tags at second, and he moves up to third. Now 2 away. Here's Derek Jeter down with a runner in scoring position. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Jeter.
The other way. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. But they and welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started. Here's a big power threat. Willie Mays. Ohtani back to work. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1.
Well, Boog, it's obvious baseball has become a specialized sport, yet here's this unicorn on the mound capable of doing everything. I love his attitude, too.
Next one misses, and a count 1-2.
Most players focus on hitting or pitching, and some pitchers are extremely situational, but two-way players, just a different breed, man. It's so impressive to see what they do. With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game left.
Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Not in time to get him, and the tapper turns into an infield single.
It was a healthy cut, but the same can't be said for the contact. He got just enough of the ball to put it in play, and that's all he needed. Tough play for the defense on what was kind of a swinging bunt.
Sinker catches the zone at the knees.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
On the outside corner, got him looking.
That is it.
Vladimir Guerrero digs in for the Guardians. Outside, ball 1. Guerrero, over 1,000 runs batted in his career. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Ohtani keeping him close. To short, could be 2. Handles, throws to first, and Vladdy is set down. Gunnar Henderson up now, a former Rookie of the Year. He was the first Oriole to win the award in 34 years, and he did so unanimously.
Yeah, and his rookie season was so special, Boog. Gunnar's first hit in the majors was a home run. He swung so hard his helmet fell off.
On the ground to the left, and that's just foul.
Finish him.
Man at second. Swing and a miss, and he got him. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Guardians lead 1. Not going their way. It's 7-0. Welcome back. Kauffman Stadium here in Kansas City, Missouri, home of the Royals. These fans watched their team reach the postseason last year for the first time since 2015 when they won it all. Oh, now this one's high and deep, way back there, on its way, gone. He'll circle the bases. It's 8-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back.
That's as big as it gets right there. You take advantage of a mistake. That is an ultimate, here it is, watch it, I'm going to jog around the bases.
Next to hit, Chipper Jones. And the first pitch is drilled in the air out to center. Willie Mays makes the play.
The first baseman.
And next up for the Royals, Mark McGwire. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. There's a swing and a drive. Mays going back on it. And this one carries into the party porch for a home run. Now that's quite the party favor. It's their second home run of the inning, and they add to their lead. It's 9-0. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot.
Reaching for it and brings it in. Well, he gave the ball a shot there, but not able to execute.
Yeah, I think he rushed it a little bit, and when guys rush, it can be a pop-up or it can be bunted right back at a position player.
Now a screamer into the outfield. Guerrero brings it in for the 3rd out. But 2 round trippers in this top half of the 3rd inning. Stepping in, Luis Garcia. Fought off foul.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out.
Makes the catch for the out. And up next for Cleveland, Freddie Fermin. That's through there for a strike.
If I'm at the dish right now, I am aggressive over the heart of the plate. This guy's been filling up the strike zone, so you know you're going to get a good pitch to hit. And as nasty as his stuff is, you might as well take all 3 swings.
That one missed.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. 1 out, bases empty. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. Now it's Freddie Freeman. He always seems to have a smile on his face when we get a chance to talk with him, Chris. Next offering is fouled back.
Finish him.
And a pitch. Swung on, belted. That one back there. Out of here. His first homer of the year, and they're on the scoreboard. It's 9-1.
Freddie has such a smooth swing. He makes these home runs look so effortless. Oh, Boog, clearly some frustration out there on the mound right now. I mean, that ball was so close to going foul. Would have been a long strike, but instead, batter gets rewarded. Did a nice job of getting to the pitch and hitting it hard enough to get over the fence.
And now Edgar Martinez. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across here on opening day.
Hey!
Swings through that one.
Well, he just threw that fastball by
No
him,
ball, 2
elevated,
strikes.
and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Zips it to first, and that is the inning. But a solo home run will at least get this closer to respectability. And this is now a 9-1 ball game. Back after this on the show. And we're back. Now it's the second baseman, Ketel Marte.
Ketel Marte.
Base hit, left center field. And a good start to the inning. Here's a speed threat, Pete Crow Armstrong. He's 0 for 1.
Armstrong.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And it's now first and second to start the inning. So the Royals batting order turns over. Now here's the leadoff hitter for the Royals, Shohei Ohtani. That's ripped. Base hit. They hold him at third base, and now the bases are loaded. Derek Jeter steps to the plate now with the bases loaded. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. Rips one to right. Drops into the glove. Runners tag up from second and third.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
This one is blasted. A no-doubter. Grand slam. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add on. It's 13-1. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Dauri
Pitching for Cleveland.
now it'll be the cleanup hitter for the
Number
Royals,
50.
Chipper Jones.
Adrian Morejon.
Hard hit, knocks it down. He beats the throw. He's in safely, and now there's a runner at first.
Everything came together for him. That's one of those you classify as just too hot to handle. Hit it on the screws, and it couldn't be fielded cleanly, but you can't really blame the defense in that case.
Runner on the go. Well struck, right field. And that's going to bang against the wall. Lead runner holds at third, so 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out. Now the left fielder, Stephen Kwan. And there's a rocket into the outfield. 1 run is in. Now a long throw home. In there safely. Now they get the runner and a rundown. Tries to get back in time, but they got him. And now the catcher comes up to hit. And no one can get there. And that keeps the inning going.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Ketel Marte up to the plate. And that's a base hit. And now first and second with 2 outs. So up next, Pete Crow Armstrong. On the ground to third. They take the force out. Ends the inning after they racked up a bunch of runs. Welcome back. Here's a look at this team's early season projection. And that's
No,
off
that's
the
inside.
inside edge, and it's 1-0.
That missed. That's a ball.
Well, it's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little.
Traders, I gave you hard work and labor. I gave you the flavor, you bohemian haters. This fakers, you gave me crumbs, now give me cakers. The movers and fakers.